In the high-stakes world of modern naval warfare, sheer numbers can be intimidating, but it's the brilliance of strategy that often decides the outcome. While fleets of warships and aircraft carriers dominate headlines, the real game is played beneath the surface, where silent hunters stalk their prey, and a single well-timed move can change the fate of nations. Today, China boasts the world's largest navy, a formidable force with hundreds of ships and submarines. Yet a recently leaked Japanese military document has sent shockwaves through defense circles, revealing a bold plan that could dramatically shift the balance of power in the Indo-Pacific region. This isn't just about matching China ship for ship, it's about outthinking and outmaneuvering a larger adversary. The plan, codenamed Ocean's Fang, outlines a daring 72-hour submarine ambush designed to cripple China's fleet before it can even break out into the open Pacific. Imagine a sudden, coordinated strike from the depths, targeting key vessels and command ships, all before the enemy has a chance to react or scatter. Instead of trying to match China's numbers, Japan is betting on its technological edge, its mastery of undersea warfare, and the unique geography of its island chain. With advanced Soryu and Taigei-class submarines, Japan can exploit narrow straits and choke points, turning its home waters into a deadly trap for any invading fleet. The heart of the plan is simple, yet devastating. Deploy ultra-quiet submarines to strategic choke points, lying in wait for the perfect moment to strike. These subs would target China's command ships, logistics vessels, and high-value surface assets, aiming to paralyze the fleet's ability to coordinate and resupply. Supporting this undersea ambush is a sophisticated network of maritime patrol aircraft like the Japanese P-1 and American P-8 Poseidon, along with a web of sonar buoys and undersea sensors. This integrated system would help track enemy movements, relay critical information, and ensure that every torpedo finds its mark. Timing is everything. The 72-hour window is crucial, catching China's fleet as it mobilizes when ships are still clustered and vulnerable, rather than after they've dispersed into the vastness of the Pacific. A swift, overwhelming blow in these early hours could decide the entire conflict. Ocean's Fang isn't just a theoretical exercise, it's a meticulously crafted blueprint for asymmetric warfare. In this new era, stealth, information dominance, and rapid decision-making can outweigh brute force and sheer numbers. Japan's approach is about turning its perceived weaknesses into strengths, using surprise and precision to level the playing field. As the world watches the Indo-Pacific with growing tension, one thing is clear. In the wars of tomorrow, the deadliest threats are the ones you never see coming, silent, unseen, and devastatingly effective. At the heart of Ocean's Fang lies the art of the submarine ambush, an ancient tactic yet made exponentially more deadly by the relentless march of modern technology. Submarines, once crude and limited, have evolved into silent predators, lurking beneath the waves with a lethal patience that is both chilling and awe-inspiring. Their greatest weapon is not just firepower but invisibility. Submarines exploit the ocean's natural acoustic layers, especially the thermocline, a boundary where water temperature changes sharply. This layer bends and scatters sonar waves, creating a cloak of near invisibility that even the most advanced detection systems struggle to penetrate. By positioning themselves just beneath this elusive layer, Japanese submarines can remain hidden from enemy sonar, all while their sensitive hydrophones listen intently for the faintest sounds of ships passing above. It's a deadly game of cat and mouse played out in the silent, crushing depths. The ambush is not a hasty attack but a patient, calculated strike. Commanders and their crews gather intelligence, analyze sonar data, and identify the most valuable targets. Every move is deliberate, every decision weighed with the highest stakes. The crew waits in tense silence, nerves stretched taut as they track their prey, and wait for the perfect moment to unleash their attack. When the order is finally given, the attack is swift and merciless. Wire-guided torpedoes are launched, silent, precise, and capable of striking from long distances, giving the target little chance to react. These torpedoes slice through the water with deadly intent, nearly impossible to evade, even for the most agile warships. The suddenness of the assault leaves little time for defense. The result is chaos and confusion. Ships are struck from below, their hulls torn open by unseen forces. Command structures are shattered in an instant, and the once orderly decks descend into panic. The psychological shock of such an attack is as devastating as the physical destruction. Sailors are left reeling, haunted by the knowledge that death can come from the deep at any moment, without warning. In the aftermath, as alarms blare and survivors scramble, the submarine slips away into the darkness, undetected and unscathed, ready to strike again whenever opportunity arises. This is a form of warfare where science, stealth, and psychology converge, where technology and human cunning are equally vital, and the ocean itself becomes both shield and weapon. In this shadowy realm, the deep ocean is transformed into the ultimate killing ground, a place where the unseen can strike with terrifying precision, and only the most vigilant survive. Japan's undersea edge comes from its Soryu and Taigei-class submarines, among the world's quietest. Diesel-electric propulsion lets them run silently on batteries, perfect for the shallow, noisy East China Sea. Air-independent propulsion and, in the Taigei-class, advanced lithium-ion batteries allow weeks of submerged endurance. These subs can sprint, reposition, and power advanced sensors, all while remaining nearly undetectable. Their hulls are coated in anechoic tiles absorbing sonar pings, and their sonar suites are state-of-the-art. The result? A fleet of silent hunters, optimized for ambush and survival in Asia's littoral waters. In a fight, stealth and sensory advantage matter more than size. Japan's submarines are built to win that fight. Ocean's Fang starts long before torpedoes launch. It begins with relentless data collection and AI-driven analysis. Japan tracks every Chinese vessel movements, patterns, even radio signals. AI sifts through mountains of data, predicting fleet routes and timing with uncanny accuracy. This allows Japan to pre-position submarines in likely ambush zones, maximizing efficiency and surprise. The result is a digital battlefield, rehearsed and refined before conflict erupts. When the crisis comes, Japanese submarines are already in place, armed with precise intelligence. The 72-hour ambush is the final act of a long, invisible campaign. In this war, information is the deadliest weapon. Japan's submarines are backed by a powerful surveillance network, air, surface, and undersea assets working as one. P-1 maritime patrol aircraft scan vast ocean areas while destroyers and frigates add sonar data. The real game-changer, a network of seabed hydrophones at key choke points providing 24/7 monitoring. All this data is fused in real time, creating a comprehensive picture of the battle space. Submarine commanders receive targeting data passively, never revealing their position. The East China Sea becomes a monitored trap, with every Chinese movement tracked. This integration lets submarines focus on staying hidden and striking at the perfect moment. The network is the backbone of Ocean's Fang: precision, coordination, and lethal efficiency. Ocean's Fang isn't about sinking every ship. It's about mission kill. Japan targets the fleet's nerve centers, command ships, carriers, and amphibious assault vessels. Striking these assets decapitates leadership and cripples air and amphibious power. Imagine a carrier group losing its flagship and carrier in minutes. Chaos and confusion follow. Logistics ships are next, cutting off fuel and ammunition, leaving survivors stranded. Sinking a few key ships can paralyze an entire fleet. The strategy is brutally efficient. Precision strikes for maximum effect. The goal is systemic collapse within 72 hours. The Chinese fleet, leaderless and low on supplies, is forced to retreat or face destruction. Leverage, not attrition, is the essence of this plan. Geography is Japan's greatest ally. Its rugged coastline and scattered islands form a natural shield, shaping the very nature of conflict in these waters. For centuries, these islands have stood as silent sentinels, guarding the approaches to the Japanese homeland and controlling access to the vast Pacific beyond. Today, China's Navy faces a daunting challenge. To reach the open Pacific, its warships must thread their way through the first island chain's narrow, treacherous straits. These passages are not just geographic features, they are strategic bottlenecks where the balance of power can shift in an instant. Three critical choke points dominate this chain: the Tsushima Strait, the Miyako Strait, and the Bashi Channel. Each one is a potential kill zone, where hostile fleets can be detected, tracked, and targeted long before they reach open water. The Tsushima Strait is shallow and complex, with unpredictable currents and rocky outcrops, perfect terrain for ambushes and submarine operations. The Miyako Strait, though wider, is under constant surveillance by Japanese patrol aircraft, satellites, and surface ships. The Bashi Channel, deep and seemingly open, offers more room for maneuver but is still closely watched. In these gateways, Japanese submarines and advanced surveillance assets lie in wait, ready to strike at any intruder. The confined waters force Chinese ships into narrow, predictable paths, making them easy targets for submarines, mines, and missile strikes. Every strait is meticulously mapped and constantly monitored by Japanese and Allied forces, leaving little room for surprise or stealth. By seeding these choke points with mines and positioning submarines in hidden ambush, Japan turns geography itself into a formidable weapon. In a crisis, Japan can bottle up China's fleet, trapping warships in narrow passages and denying them access to the wider Pacific. The first island chain becomes more than just a defensive line. It transforms into an imposing maritime wall, stretching from Japan to Taiwan and the Philippines, hemming in any adversary. Escape routes are few and fraught with danger, as every exit is a potential trap, watched by vigilant eyes and ready weapons. In these waters, geography dictates the terms of battle, shaping every move and countermove. And in this high-stakes game of cat and mouse, Japan holds the keys to the first island chain, controlling the gateways, and with them, the fate of the Pacific. China's response? Numbers. More ships, more anti-submarine assets, more patrols. The plan deploys frigates, corvettes, and ASW aircraft to hunt Japanese submarines at choke points. But the region's noisy, complex waters make detection extremely difficult. Japanese subs running silent below the thermocline are nearly invisible. China's ASW tech still lags behind Japan's, especially in processing sonar data. Avoiding choke points slows the fleet and exposes new vulnerabilities. Even alternative routes are watched by Japan's ISR network. China's own submarines could try to counter, but Japanese crews are better trained and know the terrain. Numbers alone can't overcome stealth, information, and experience. The silent threat remains, always waiting, always deadly. Ocean's Fang signals a new era in naval warfare, where information and geography outweigh brute force. Victory isn't about counting ships, it's about seeing first, striking first, and vanishing. Japan's integrated ISR network and mastery of choke points give it decision superiority. Geography funnels China's power into kill zones. Information ensures Japan knows exactly when and where to strike. The battlefield is chosen not by chance, but by design. A smaller, smarter fleet can hold a larger one at risk through asymmetric tactics. The future of naval combat is silent, data-driven, and shaped by the sea itself. In this contest, sensors and algorithms matter as much as missiles and admirals. The side that masters information and geography will prevail, no matter how many ships it can float.